What a glittering assemblage, King Stefan. Royalty, nobility, the gentry, and how quaint. Even the rebel.
I must say, I really felt quite distressed at not receiving an invitation.
You're not welcome here.
Oh dear. What an awkward situation.
What did you think?
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? I was slightly concerned, actually, because there were lots of reports about this, how it needed... well, I mean, it started a couple of years ago making it, but also it needed some reshoots, and a different director came on board to kind of work out the beginning of the movie. So when you hear things like that, I think it does make your heart sink slightly. And I was a little bit worried going into it. It's actually really good, though. And I think it's good because even though it's only 90 minutes long, it is full of bombast and extravagance, and the fairy tale world is really laid on thick, and there are elves and there are pixies and magical tree creatures and lush forests, and it really doesn't hold back. I mean, they throw everything at this movie, and that is a great backdrop. The best thing, though, is Angelina Jolie. I mean, it's like it's the role she was meant to play. A character that is just so perfect for her. She's got the authority and the presence and the looks and that dark side, and she's clearly relishing it. I mean, hopefully you heard it in that clip. You know, she's got the accent, she's hamming it a little bit. There's a little bit of panto in there, which of course there has to be. And, you know, for me, it was just refreshing to remind myself that actually, although Angelina Jolie is always in the papers and she's always in the magazines and she's an ambassador and she's a campaigner and of course she's half of a very famous couple and we know her for all of these things, it all began because she's a really good actor. And you are really reminded that she is a fantastic movie star in watching this. She's a million other things as well, but ultimately she is a great movie star.
I cried.
Yeah, I mean, there's weepy moments, absolutely weepy moments. I would say I was definitely moist in the eye area. Yeah, I don't know if they were full on actual tears.
I had to wipe away. That was how into I got.
I mean, as she mentioned, I think it's Linda, isn't it, the writer who also wrote The Lion King and has done a lot of stuff for Disney. So you know, a quality writer behind this knows how to get those emotions out of you. And yeah, I just think it's a great fairy tale that has everything you want from a fairy tale. In other words, it's got the gags and it's got the kind of ethereal spirit, but there's also that darkness there as well, and there's romance, and it is all packed in, and it works. And behind the scenes, who knows? Maybe it was chaos, but the movie you see on the screen does work.
Yeah, and you know, it's that thing of it's a journey. It's the journey that Maleficent goes on, you know, in terms of what she sets out to achieve and what actually happens.
Yeah.
Whilst she's experiencing that journey, sort of thing. And I think, you know, it's getting a fair bit of stick from people in terms of, I think, purists to the animated form of the Sleeping Beauty story. You know, it wasn't just a case of, I think, kind of revamping that. They had to add new things into it and try and rework it and make it relevant to the story that they wanted to tell. Yeah. I think is a fair point to make.
That's not a bad thing, is it?
No.
Also, on a slightly more sillier level, Sholto Copley, very good Scottish accent.
I was about to say that.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, you know, up there with Mel Gibson, really, you know, in terms of... yeah, I was, you know...
I mean, there's a long list of bad Scottish accents in movies, but that was... In fact, I was watching it thinking, I don't recognise this Scottish actor. Who is it?
Yeah.
And then, of course, it clicked that it's the South African Sholto Copley. That's how good he is.
Sam Riley as well, I think, great in this.
Yeah, I mean, good supporting cast, Elle Fanning, lots of people.
Yeah, lots of stuff. And some of you have got...